One of my favorite stories is a story of power. And it's important when telling a story of mythology not to moralize it, because it's up to the listener to interpret it. Every person who listens to a story of mythology may walk away with something different. And I would encourage you as you listen to these stories tonight to pay attention to what rises up in your psyche. Maybe you think about a person you used to be friends with 10 years ago that you've fallen out of touch with for some reason. Pay attention to that. Maybe you remember a favorite activity that you used to do as a child that you've totally forgotten about until just now. Pay attention to that. Maybe the mythology is helping you learn about something that you're missing. It's medicine. Mythology is spiritual medicine, should you allow it. So I'll let you draw your own conclusions from the themes of this story. In the great branches of Yggdrasil, there is more than one divine realm. There is also Vanaheim, which is the home of an entirely different class of divine beings. In the old days, the gods of the Vanir were worshipped by the people. They were gods of prosperity and fertility. In this time, people worshipped the mother, and she provided well for them. All members of the community were valued for their unique gifts, and they wove together in a powerful web that held each other up, outside of hierarchy, outside of competition. But change is the only constant. And one day, a great ship with a wooden prow carved into the shape of a dragon's head arrived on the golden shores of Vanaheim. And the divine beings came out to greet it. First step upon the gangplank, mighty Thor, with his warhammer, Mjolnir. Nothing could stand against it, you see, and it would boomerang back to him with every throw. The great warrior god. Following behind him, with a cowl over his head and a patch over his missing eye, is Odin, Allfather, the Wanderer. It's very mysterious. Sometimes he's a hero. Sometimes he's a villain. He's many things in between. The rest of the Aesir descended from the ship, and they declared war upon the peaceful land of Vanaheim. And a great battle ensued. As time progressed, while the Aesir did begin to gain a lead in the war, it was quickly discovered that the land was becoming destroyed, and soon there would be nothing left to fight over. And so the two warring factions reached a truce. They agreed to exchange magical hostages. Freya, one of the most powerful female entities of the Vanir, goddess of prosperity and love and beauty, was given as a hostage to the Aesir, and others exchanged as well. But as another part of their peace treaty, all of the gods spat into a great iron kettle. And from it arose the fair form of a man. And his name was Kvasir. Ancient story, the mead of inspiration. It beckons, beckons, 9 times listen. Quasir was a god-man, and he walked upon the earth, dispensing poetry, wisdom, and justice everywhere he went. And he was beloved by the people. Poet Quasir gave to the earth freely, freely, 9 times listen. But alas, change is the only constant. 2 dwarven brothers, masters of their craft, conspired to kill the great poet. And they brought him down to their caverns and drained his sacred blood into a cauldron. From this, they had the idea to brew a sacred mead, a mead of poetry. For it turns out that if you drink mead brewed from the blood of a god-man, you get some real inspiration. So these wicked dwarves spent a lot of time drunk. And words of the gods flowed from their profane lips. But Odin, tricky Odin One-Eye, keeper of the runes, more on that later. He conspired to steal the mead of poetry. To this day, he holds it in reserve for those poets and singers who he deems worthy.
Yeah.